Hello, welcome back to TM3 Life. Today we're going to address one of the things in the car that I think was kind of an oversight, or maybe just something that was done in the pursuit of minimalism. I do love how minimalist the interior of my Model 3 is. However, there are some things that I think it lacks because it's a little bit too minimal. And some of those things have to do with getting in and out of the car. A lot of people don't know how to get out of the car once they finally figure out how to get in. And also the placement of the emergency release handle in case the power is cut to the car is kind of like in a really good ergonomically placed location where when people do try to figure out how to open the door, that's kind of the first thing they reach for. And unfortunately, if you pull the emergency release, there's the potential that it could not lower the window and cause damage to the brightwork, which is the chrome around the edges of the window, because the doors on a Model 3 are frameless. So what I did is I went to Tesla Bros and I purchased some stickers for our electronic door opener buttons, and also a little special decal for the emergency release handles, which I think will definitely draw attention and make people ask what is going on here and may prevent them at least pulling that as a first option. So let's go ahead and so the first thing we're going to do, just like everything we do, is we have to prepare the button for the decal. This is the button to release the door. When you push this, as you can see, the door released and the window drops. As you can see, the camera is actually attached to the window with a suction cup, so the camera dropped with that. This right here is the emergency release. Let me see if I can do it this way. You might be able to see it better. That right there is the emergency release handle, which seems almost more ergonomically correct to get out of the car that way than it does by pushing the button. What we're going to do is, with everything that we want to prep, we're going to use a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and a microfiber towel on this. This is piano black trim, so obviously, you know, it smudges and scratches very easily. So we're going to go ahead and put a little isopropyl alcohol on a microfiber towel, just a little bit, and just wipe any fingerprint residue we may have on that button away here. So we're just going to wipe this down a little bit. And the nice thing about isopropyl alcohol is, of course, it evaporates really quick and should leave the button nice and clean of any fingerprint oils or other dirt and contaminants. Great. Now, as you could imagine, these decals are very small, so I'm going to peel back the backing, and just like the emblem that we put on the back, the new Tesla emblem that we put on the back trunk, these are going to work essentially the same way. So here we go. So I'm just going to try to find exactly where I want that to be placed. I think that is going to be good right there. So I'm going to put some pressure on that. I'm going to rub that a little bit. What that's going to do is it's going to allow the decal itself to stick to the button, and then I should be able to peel the transfer paper right back off, leaving the white decal behind, showing that, hey, this is the button that opens the door. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the transfer paper off now. Definitely sticks very well. And we got to be careful when we pull the transfer paper up that we don't pull the sticker off with it. So we're going to pull this off very carefully. And there we go. That's how simple it is. It's very simple to do this. It's not really difficult at all. And I find it makes a huge difference. Now everyone can go ahead and they can see exactly what this is for. It also gives a feel on the button, so even at nighttime when you run your hand over it, you can feel the sticker on there, which should give it some tactile feel. And so you push that button and it'll open it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit so we can see this button down here a little bit. First thing I am going to do though is again wipe down the manual release latch with some more isopropyl alcohol, because yeah, it seems like everything we've been doing lately has required isopropyl alcohol. So we'll go ahead and do that again. And I have a special decal for this. But I do think before I put the decal on that I will adjust the camera here just so you can see just a little bit better what we're doing. Okay, let's go ahead and adjust this camera. Okay. So there we go. So now you can all see probably a little bit better what I'm talking about. So you have your window switches here. Actually, these are some of the only buttons in the car. The window switches, there's 4 of those obviously on the driver's door, and there's a 1 on each door. And then on the front doors there is this manual release that I was just showing you all about. That's what I really want to try to prevent people from using, is that manual release button. So I got a special decal just for that. So let's go ahead and prepare that to go on the car. I've already wiped that down with isopropyl alcohol. So now, and this is going to go on the exact same way, just transfer paper. And we'll get that ready. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get this centered. This is going to be tricky because I have this right in kind of in my way here. Let's see if that's where I want that. I think so. So we'll go ahead and we'll push down on this. Make sure that transfers well. I think this will add a nice, maybe a comical experience, and if nothing else, a conversation piece. So let me go ahead and lift this transfer paper up. And hopefully we will leave the oops, sorry about that. Hopefully we will leave the decal behind. And there we go. So I'm not sure if you can actually read that from where you are, but let me put but what that says, I'll put one up a little closer to the camera, and I'm not sure that you're going to be able to see it. But let me see if I can get this up closer and if it focuses on it. But what it says, if it doesn't focus, it's hard to get that to focus. So I figured this lever definitely reminds me more of an ejection seat lever than anything else. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to put there. So that's what we're doing on the 2 front doors. The rear doors don't actually have an emergency release handle. So that's something that we're going to talk about in a video coming up about 5 things I hate about my Tesla Model 3. I'm going to go ahead and finish the other 3 doors. And while I'm doing that, it's Snapple Facts time. Hello everybody. Let's get 2 Snapple Caps at random. As you can hear, I have a lot of Snapple Caps. Fact number 1. The smallest county in America is New York County, better known as Manhattan. Interesting. That would have been one I would not have guessed. I suppose if you're from New York City, you probably actually do know that. Snapple fact number 2. The chicken is the closest living relative of Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now I've heard that before. And I know there's some science behind that, but I mean, if you look at a chicken and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, or an alligator and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, I don't know. I know they say that there's a possibility that, you know, dinosaurs evolved into birds and so on and so forth, but no. My thought is that they didn't really evolve into anything. They were extinct by some sort of catastrophic event on the Earth, which is why we're digging up their skeletons today. So there you go. Snapple fact number 2. I hope you all enjoyed learning something new today. Take care. Welcome back from Snapple Facts. Again, I hope you learned something you did not know. And as always, let's keep those batteries charged.